Oh yeah, never heard of it happening in their culture and their men running white women. It's not, it is what it is. As I say, it's messy out there. But to go round and generalise every single... Obviously, I probably won't speak to loads of people who are Muslims ever again. Loads of people that I've consistently spoken to over the years, I probably won't even acknowledge them again. Why? Because I can't see no one defending Christ. I can't see no one defending Christ's girls or sons and daughters. I can't see no one coming out and repping. Can't see it. So, you know, it is what it is, lad. You go with the times. You got to start prioritising what's what and what's not. What's important to you? Your friendship with my man, or your loyalty to Christ? I know what my man would pick. He'd be right off to be loyal to his people. This is what you need to start thinking. Alright, we're all big mates and that, but if it come to the crunch, would he switch on me if his brothers told him to? Think about it. Will it stop now? Everyone knows, says Roy Brown. No, because no one knows. We're aware it happened, but we don't know to what extent it happened. We're told there's so many victims in Rotherham, so many victims here, but how many victims were in Liverpool? How many victims were in Manchester? How many victims were in Hull? Are you telling me all these places weren't damaged by this? Of course they was. And funniest of it all, God never once approved. "100% they will turn on you like a lemon," says Limo. See what you traitors to Christ need to understand as well. Yes, Joe Brennan. You know, if you've converted and turned your back on Christ, what you've got to understand, if this goes, it's not. But if it was in a different part of the world and you'd converted to Islam and they need to sacrifice people, it's the converts that are getting sacrificed. All you stupid knobheads are the first to get sacrificed. Why? Because you're not their people. And they know you're traitors. That's how you've ended up with them. They can't trust traitors when it comes to war. Just like we can't. We can't have yous coming back. Once you've turned your back on Christ, you've turned your back on Christ, lad. He can accept you back. He might have you back, but we won't. And there's loads of rats out there shitting themselves, feel like they're not involved, feel like they need to convert to be involved, turning their back on Christ because they don't like the way the world is. Traitors. Yes, Suplex. Anyone that's turning their back on Christ, scumbags, mate. Judas. Your Andrew Tates of the world up. They all still celebrate Christmas though, says Jack Smith. Now they used to. I'm seeing them starting to hate on Christmas and that as well. This is what's doing me head in, lad. It's what's doing me head in. But I suppose you shouldn't change your ways because other people... You know, if you're decent, if you're able to contain the bullshit and not get caught up in it. You've just seen me dead passionate about Christ, about protecting women and children. You've just seen me screaming about extreme Islamic ideologies within the country, and I'm full on board with all that. But I'm also full on board with the fact that there is decent kids within that religion, and they'd never harm a child. And I'm not letting no one or anything convince me, because if I'm not allowing myself to even believe it, because I'll end up going sick. I'll end up going sick. Why? Because I've had these individuals round me, nieces and that. And they were very kind to me, nieces, and I took it as a kindness, not a manipulative way of getting close to me nieces. So there's no way I'm going to let any Elon Musk or any social media thing completely turn me against proper decent lads. I'm not having it. Yeah, you've got your bad apples in there. You've got your dirty, dying, disgusting rats like we have in all societies. Them ones that are deliberately targeting young girls of Christ. They need lining up in Rochdale in front of their wives and the kids. All of them. And in Rotherham. You know, they need lining up, tying together and hitting. But you can't start writing my man off there. You can't, we don't want to go back in the sense of, you know what, it all, mate. Any more women and children keep on getting armed in this country, then people have got to pay for it. That's what it is at the end of the day now. The tolerant way of living. Any more women and children keep on. This is not going nowhere. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? This is going to get messy, and you know it up and all of a sudden there's a grooming ring that's been active since 2019 to 2024, and there's 1,500 white girls that have been damaged. Wow. Things will be getting set on fire up and down the country. Protect your women, protect your children. You know, if we go into this year and we're adding more damage to our women and our children, I'm not having it. I'm not suffering it. I'm not taking this shit. If we're going through next year and we're adding more, I'm coming off social media and risking this country. And I'll stand alongside any British, English man to defend the women and children of this country. Any. Couldn't get who he is. If he's got the kids and the women at heart, I'll align myself to them. And that's basically what you've got in this country. You've got pure, powerful, dominant individuals divided. When we understand there's a common cause here, we've got the same issue and we need to address it together, because we'll be stronger. That hasn't happened yet. When that happens, I'll hit the fences. They won't want to know. No bail. Lloyd, ba-da-bam, I was a victim of grooming ring by my own father, says Storm. Sorry to hear about that, mate. Sorry to hear about that. I was the same. So don't feel like you're privileged. I was the same. I got the same treatment as you. So suppose we are privileged in our own little way, aren't we, girl? I had it really bad in care, says Shane. Loads of us have. Loads of us. How are you carrying it, lad? Is it dead heavy? Can you not lighten that load? How long you been carrying that for? Have you tried to lighten the load? Have you accepted it wasn't your fault? That's the big thing first. Accept that it was not your fault why it happened. That'll lighten the load. That big heavy thing you've been carrying, you need to start lightening, make it lighter. You're not going to put it down. You're not going to leave it behind. You're not going to put it over there and just forget about it. It's on you for the rest of your life. You can either carry it heavy or you can carry it light. It's entirely up to you. Yes, Joe Bernard. How are you, H-Mix? Fight, hope you're good. Adsom, hope you're good, lad. Adsom. Joe Bernard. Burn skin. Do you understand what I mean? So there was allegations that my older brother was getting abused as well. I know, because I woke up during my encounter with these. But what I done on that day was stopped any other of my siblings getting abused. Hey, okay, nice one, lad. I stopped that cycle of abuse. How are you, Ryan? Is there anyone from the Burn family in my life? Because I've had a lot of people trying to shit stir with the Burns. Coming in saying that they're the Burns mum and shit. I expected me to write them off. No cause, shit stirring, stalker tactics. Are you a convert, lads? That's why you're coming in all unhappy because I'm calling you a traitor. You are what you are, lad. Imagine me growing a beard and walking around with a skull cap on. What would you call me? Exactly. Helmets, mate. I'm not knocking you for being a Muslim. I'm knocking you for being a traitor scumbag. It's different. Oh, good, brother, how you doing? I'm sound, H-Lad. You know that lady, burn skin. Innit? Have you seen them all? The traitors. They're embraced for the first few months, then you just get kicked to the side, and then you just see the traitors with each other, don't you? You don't see them with a big Islamic community, you just see the traitors, don't you? It's fact though, innit? You know, when they're converting, when they're switching over, they're all, you know, they're all popular for a little 6 weeks, 8 weeks, then it just dies off on them. And then they're just floating around like traitors in all mad clothing and beards hanging off the kite and mad shit going on. Pure white kids haven't got a clue what they are anymore. They're funny, aren't they? I seen one video the other day and they're still trying to... I've been in jail with Muslims going to the mosque on the Friday and Saturday morning eating bacon and sausage in a cell with me. I'm not lying. This is the type of Muslim you've got in prison. I'm not lying. You ask any kid, they'll probably tell you the same. You've got kids that are just because they're shithouse rats. And when they're amongst their own kind, they're just eating exactly the same, throwing bacon on toast in them and that. That's fact. Prince, how are you, kid? I used to fume. I used to fume when I seen it. Used to do that in, mate. It does me head in when you've got someone proclaiming to be a man of religion, but he's using the religion. Does that make sense? And you get a lot of that in jail. You've got loads of lads, and I'm not chatting shit here, mate. You have got loads of lads that convert to Islam in prison because of their offences and because of the gang problems. And they'll convert just to have that level of protection. And then when they get out, they just revert back to what they was before they went to prison. It's mad. It's weird. It's mad how people are becoming, in the sense, you can get a Jamaican now. You can get a Yardi Jamaican being a Muslim. You can get a Muslim that's been a Muslim for years and years and years becoming a Christian. Do you understand? So no one really knows themselves anymore. Everyone's lost touch of their identity and who they really should be and what they really should be. Even when you've got British-born Muslims speaking Arabic, that's them losing their ways, mate. Know what I mean? It's like it's just everyone's losing the culture. Everyone's losing their identity. Everyone. You've got Irish Catholics becoming Muslims and calling themselves Afdal. Know what I mean? You've got Irish kids becoming Muslims and calling themselves Afdal and shit. Changing the names and that. Hey, they're not allowed to be called Tony. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's weird. Do you not think that's fucked? Do you not think that people know? It's mad, mate. It's like there's loads of Scousers converted, and they'll never give you the name Muhammad. You look at anyone that's a convert, they will never get the name Muhammad. Nah, you can't have a convert having that powerful name. No chance. So they're given particular names by whoever converts them. They don't wake up, I'm going to convert and I'm going to call myself Iqbal Nadeem. Do you understand what I'm saying? They'll be given an Islamic name by the preacher who turns them or encourages them to convert.